In 2021, the Seattle Symphony created the Community Stages Fund with the mission of offering Benaroya Hall as a recording space for local artists who could otherwise not afford the venue or recording expense during the COVID-19 pandemic. The mission was later expanded with the goal of offering free or highly subsidized usage of Benaroya Hall venues to groups and artists within our region that did not have access to spaces to produce and present their art and connect with their own communities. Over these past 5 years, we've invited 18 local artists and organizations to perform here at Benaroya Hall, including performers from Resounding Love, the Rhapsody Project, and Sharon Nairi Williams.
Resounding Love is a choir, an organization that strives to look like the world that it inhabits. And we do this by creating intentionally and explicitly a multiracial, interfaith, and LGBTQ embracing choir that sings music from the African American traditions of spirituals, gospel, R&B, civil movement and protest songs, and other styles. And we really strive to honor that in how we sing and how we show up towards each other.
The Rhapsody Project is really all about the transmission of culture. And so our work, while what we are doing ostensibly is teaching young people of color how to play stringed instruments, all kinds of instruments, drums, keyboard, everything. What we're doing underneath that work or inside of that work is we are teaching people to learn more about their heritage and then step into their power as people of culture, as culture bearers, and then transmit their heritage and their culture to other people. Step of the way.
I use storytelling as a bridge in everything that I do in community to inspire, to engage, to get people to think differently about social subjects. I'll use poetry and narrative to tell a story, and I will have some type of musician or music with me when I do that. Memories made, history preserved.
It was just a moment of validation that we do worthy work. We have a powerful message, an equally powerful medium. What a validation of that to be able to share it with a broader slice of our community and in one of the most vaunted, respected venues in the cultural fabric of Seattle.
We want to show off how diverse, engaging, and entertaining our local artists are who our community may not normally see on our stages. We're very proud of the stories that artists are bringing to the stages here at Benaroya Hall.
Wait a minute, hold on for a second. From the time you're born, somebody's telling a story about the birth of you, right? Like, oh, they was born at this hospital, they weighed this much. Those are some of the simple stories we tell. And then you realize it's more. It can be more because there's some people that don't know your story. They might not know how to deal, or they're dealing with mental health and they don't know how to deal with it. They feel alone, and you tell your story and they come up to you after the show and said, I thought I was going crazy. I thought I was angry for no reason, and you just told exactly how I was feeling.
What we imagined was, well, this is an opportunity for not just the young people in our program, but all 3 or 4 generations of people that have built this community, that are at the heart of the community that we are continuing to build, right? This is an opportunity for them to present something on stage that reflects kind of the whole spectrum of the heritage of the people involved. So of course, for us, that means that there's gonna be a lot of blues and jazz music, because highlighting and celebrating Black American culture is part of the heart of what we do, because we're teaching music in America, and Black music is at the heart of what music is American. That we did a song from my heritage. I grew up in Northwest Oregon, and so I have the lucky connection to Northwest folk music that I grew up around hearing. So yeah, it was like, this is an opportunity to kind of like have a culminating moment in the evolution of our organization.
The most rewarding part of the Community Stages Fund for me and my team is not only seeing the impact it has on Benaroya Hall as an organization, but the impact it makes on the artists who are now able to consider this place home.
I think one of the things that we talked about is that there's no way in the world we've been able to afford doing a concert at such an epic, venue if it wasn't for the Stages Fund.
Yeah.
And for that, I think we will be forever grateful for the opportunity to share our hearts and our art with a segment of people that probably would not have ever heard about Resounding Love. So I think what we have is gratitude.
I think the Community Stages Fund is really valuable because it demonstrates that you have an institution that is as prominent and is, in people's mind, maybe kind of hoity-toity as Benaroya Hall or the Seattle Symphony, that's saying, well, our stages aren't just for, what you imagine a concert symphony stage would host. Our stage is for community as well. Like the same kind of diversity of programming that we discussed before, there wants to be a range of programs across this stage that reflects the greater Seattle, not only the parts of Seattle that are interested in symphonic music or operatic music. We want to have it all here.
And that's community. And that's Community Stages Fund. How do we show up for each other? How does Benaroya Hall and the Symphony show up for community? And then how do we show up for them? And I think that's what the Community Stages Fund does for artists like me and for a community is it says, we see you in your neighborhood and in your community, and we want to welcome you to my neighborhood and my community.
What's up? Woo! Yes! Woo!